welcome to a new ASMR video. Today we are playing Forza Horizon 5. If you're unfamiliar, this is a widely popular racing game. I've been playing this series for over a decade. I started with the second Horizon back in 2014 on the Xbox 360. Today we are going to be taking this specific vehicle out for a longer race, actually the longest race in the game. This vehicle was the cover car for Forza Horizon 3, and I just really like it. I like the way it looks. Mainly, that's the biggest thing. I think it looks ridiculous. So, we're going to go ahead and hop into the festival outpost here. We're going to go ahead and throw a couple upgrades on it and change it up a little bit. So we are going to start off with the most drastic change. We are going to go ahead and convert this one from all-wheel drive, which would mean that all four wheels are spinning, which is typical for Lamborghinis. However, there are a handful that are rear-wheel drive, because we are going to be switching this to rear-wheel drive, so only these two wheels, not that one, but this one, will be spinning. And then from there, I apologize if the controller sounds are a bit loud. It's my first time trying to record gaming content, so I'm still kind of trying to figure that out, but we'll see. We're going to go ahead and do the front tire width as wide as it gets. Same with the rear tire width. And then we're going to go to the engine, and we are going to max the engine out without using any turbos, because you could put twin turbos on here, but we're not going to do that. I think it's a little more unique and fun to have it be just engine. And then this one, as you can see down on the left, this one is rocking about 905 horsepower. We're going to go ahead and do weight reduction. I believe, yeah, it's already on race springs. We're not going to do drift or rally. However, we might do a rally race on another day. Looks like it's already got a race clutch because there's no option to upgrade the clutch. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade the driveline, and I think that's about it. So you can see down on the bottom left, that's going to cost about 54,900 credits, which doesn't really matter, because if you look at the top right, you'll see that I have $50 million anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and hop out of the festival, and I am going to set up the race. We are going to leave the paint job on this stock because it's so iconic to have the raw carbon fiber with the yellow accents, especially with the yellow accents extending to the tires, which you can't change the color on that, in-game at least. I think, yeah, so this one has rear wheel steering, so the rear wheels will turn with the front wheels, which should help turning in on corners. So I'm going to go ahead and cut right here to the beginning, to the setup of the race. Okay, so we are going to be doing the Colossus. This one is the longest race in the game. However, if you've ever played this game, you would notice that the game would tell you that the Goliath is actually the longest race, is a full lap all the way around the perimeter of the map, whereas the Colossus winds through it and doesn't come back to where it started. So we're going to go ahead and hop over to that race, and I'm going to get it all set up. Alright, and here we are at the beginning of this race, the beginning of the Colossus in our rear-wheel drive, I believe 900-ish horsepower Lamborghini Centenario. And we are off. Gonna go ahead and pull over, let everyone by. And we are taking off. You can see there, my back end wanted to step out just a little bit. Okay, what are you doing? So I specifically handpicked the weather. Apologies. I specifically handpicked the weather for this race just to make it as relaxing as possible. The game looks better with rain on the ground, so I went ahead and added the rain and set us in a darker point in the day with the sun setting. And I did crank up, oh shoot, the difficulty just a little bit, which I might end up regretting, but we'll see. I'm decent at this game, but not perfect. With the way that I am positioned in the room to play while recording, I'm not used to it, so I'm not going to be doing as good as I could be. As well, I'm not used to talking while I'm driving, so I'm definitely like missing certain apexes and stuff like that, but I do plan on doing more content while driving in Forza for this channel. I had the idea of recreating YouTubers' cars. I'm gonna try my best not to hit any other cars, dang it. Okay, try to keep it a clean race, but as I was saying, I had the idea of potentially trying to recreate like famous YouTubers' cars and running them all on the same track just to see how they do against each other. And I was gonna try doing that today, but then I tried talking just while I was driving and realized that I was terrible at it. So if anything, this is kind of a endurance race with the intention of getting a little better at being good at driving while also talking, because it's not much of an ASMR video if I can't talk while I'm doing it. But yeah, I'm kind of loosely taking inspiration from Don Squally. He doesn't do the videos like that all that much anymore, but back in the Horizon 3 days especially, but also the Horizon 4 days, he would recreate YouTubers' cars and just kind of drive them around for a minute. But then I wanted to kind of take that and build upon it. And I'm definitely going to be pulling mostly from channels that I watch, so you can kind of expect to see Shmi 150 for sure, Straight Speed 717, Stradman, Daily Driven Exotics, Doug DeMuro, and a good chunk of other YouTubers that I just can't think of off the top of my head. Oh, Adam LZ, DJ Hunt. I'm trying to do some more research on what build DJ Hunt has on his C8 wide body, because if you're not familiar, that wide body that he has on his Corvette was designed by him through his body kit company, and that kit is in this game, which is super impressive, but also it means that it could potentially be the most accurate recreation that I could do in the game. So I'm trying to figure out like how much power it actually has, what suspension mods. I know he has an upgraded clutch, but there's a bunch of little things that I want to try to make sure I'm getting as right as I can. But stuff like that. Jack Ultramotive is another YouTuber that I'll be doing some recreations for. I've actually met a couple of these guys. I've met Jack Ultramotive with his second gen Audi R8. I've met Hoovy's Garage with his Countach. I've met Daily Driven Exotics with the 720 GTR. Before that vehicle got totaled and rebuilt, they also had the roofless Huracan with them there. All of that was down at Monterey Car Week, which is another thing that, you know, next year you can probably expect content from. I don't know if I'll be doing live ASMR there, but I definitely could do a lot of filming and potentially release like 2 videos and have one video be non-ASMR, like just a car vlog, and then have another one where it's voiceover ASMR and I can kind of give like information about the cars and all that, because that was a really fun opportunity and I can show you some like truly significant and rare and important vehicles in a way that not really many other channels that I've seen have really tried to do. I know Rich ASMR, who he doesn't really do ASMR anymore, but I know that he did a video at like a exotic car dealership at one point, and he saw like a Regera and he got to sit in a Senna, which is awesome. And that's again another inspiration for me. For this specific video, I'm more so actually taking inspiration from Let's Play ASMR, because he had a couple of videos, a good chunk, a good handful, where he would hop into this game, build a car, and take it around the Goliath. And I really enjoy Forza ASMR, but there's not a whole lot of videos out there. It's very limited. And so this is kind of me seeing something that I like, seeing that there isn't much of it, and I'm kind of trying to fill a potential void in the ASMR market. I don't know if I'll find a lot of success necessarily. Oh, that was terrible. I was gonna try to slide it, but I realized I have rear wheel steering, so that's probably not gonna help much. I wouldn't mind doing a video like this where I'm driving like a drift car and I'm trying to drift the whole course, because this course isn't quite as high-speed focused as the standard Goliath, because it's not limited as much to what roads it can take. Obviously I'm still going very fast, but in horizon terms I'm not going that fast. I don't know if rear-wheel drive on a rainy race course was the perfect decision, but I do like the way that this is looking. And I am having fun. Even if I'm doing terribly, I'm sure on my time trial videos I'll probably do like a no-talk lap, or like do voiceover after the fact for some laps. Just so that I can... Oh, okay. Gonna have to repass the Sabre. That's actually a great example. I've seen the exact car that they scanned for that. Like the car with that exact spec, owned by Sparky. I've seen it twice, actually. Technically 3 times, but 2 of those times were the same day, just in different locations. Well, I guess it was the next day. I might include some, like, pictures from Car Week. Not 100% sure, though. But Car Week is hosted in Monterey, California, which is about a 4-hour drive from me. So, while that is, it's a distance, it's not bad at all. And it's a really interesting week because there's multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire people flying their cars out from all around the world. And they're all just driving around. I got to see Christian von Koenigsegg driving around, pulling into one of the meets. Ooh, I actually got to meet Jared Shelby, who is completely unrelated to, like, Shelby within Ford, but he owns an American hypercar company called SSC, and he has, I think, technically the car that holds the record for the fastest production vehicle currently. Most people would say that Bugatti does because they share on Super Sport. Did hit over 300 miles an hour. However, they only did it in one direction, and that just disqualifies it. Like, legally disqualifies it from holding the record. I'm not sure that Bugatti has ever legally held a world record for top speed. Because they only ever really run in one direction. And they just recently broke the record for the fastest convertible vehicle, or like a top speed set with the roof down, essentially. Okay. But again, they did it in one direction from what I understand, whereas SSC with the Tuatara, they did go in both directions. Now, I should mention that SSC actually lied about their initial top speed run with the Tuatara, and they said that they hit a speed that they didn't, and some YouTubers and just some Scooby-Doo super sleuths were able to figure that out by, like, watching the footage. Shmee150 made a great video on that. It's worth watching if you are interested in how that all went down. But they did go back and redo it with everything done accurately and professionally. I believe they invited Shmee150 out to go take a look and watch as it was being done, just as like a sign of good faith that they weren't gonna be like stingy about it because people called them out. And I think that they still hold the record. And I got to see a Tuatara, but the track spec, so it had like bigger wing and all that. And I got to meet and even like talk with and shake the hand of the guy that owns the company, Jared Shelby. I also got to see the Koenigsegg Agera RS that holds the record for the fastest, held the record for the fastest production vehicle. Again, that's a car that is in this game. And with that exact one was scanned into this game, was the first car as part of the Car Pass in Horizon 4. And then in this game you can buy it with just in-game currency. The Car Pass gives you a handful of in-game vehicles that are like new to the game for the most part, for a specific fee of like real money. But you get that like when the game's first coming out, and then cars are coming out for you every so often, and it kind of just gives you more stuff to do, more stuff to play with. And that is how we got that car into this game, but I did get to see it in person. Ooh, this right up here is the brand new GT3 RS. This one was added just last week. I do plan on unlocking the 911 Dakar, which is the off-road version of that car. That's obviously the track one. And I had every intention of... Oh, the race is almost over. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, no. But that's the track one, and I just forgot to unlock it, which is such a bummer. But it was in this race, and clearly turning up the difficulty was a bad idea. So I guess that we are going to be calling that one there. That race was about 15 minutes, so I'm estimating that that video total, this is going to end up being like 25. Maybe a little less, but we'll see. Next time I'm definitely going to turn that difficulty back down to where I usually have it. I don't know why I thought I needed it more difficult. That's interesting. The T50 got the last 3. Anyway, I appreciate you being here. I am going to be heading out here. I hope that you found this relaxing. I hope that you found it enjoying. I hope you potentially enjoyed my stories. In the next video, I'll probably do the standard Goliath, and depending on how long that race takes me, I might even do 2 laps. Not gonna promise that though, because it is obviously just about as long as this, so it's probably like a 13-minute lap. So, very long. And I guess we're gonna call it. So, like I said, I appreciate you being here. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having a great night. I hope you continue to have a great week, month, year, and as we go into this next year,